Hi and welcome back to the Bijou Floral Countdown to Christmas. We are on week 5 already. The weeks are just running away with us at the moment. Before we know it, it's going to be the big day itself. Today I'm going to talk you through how to style your Christmas table, and we're going to concentrate on the centerpiece. So when thinking about what you want to do for your table, you need to consider a few things. What type of table you've got. Is it a rectangular table? Is it a round table? What sort of food you're going to have at Christmas. So in our family, we plate it all up in the kitchen and then it's brought out and put to each person. Some people prefer to put everything out in the middle and everyone helps themselves to whatever it is they want to do. So thinking about that, if you are doing a buffet style where people can help themselves, you probably don't want a big arrangement in the centre because you need room for all your food and for those plates. So the little bud vases that I'm using, you can do the same thing, but I would recommend not putting them in a container like I have done. However, for today's tutorial, I am going to use a tray. This is a wooden tray and I purchased it from a lovely online supplier called Duck Nest Interiors. I use them all the time. Their stuff is lovely. It's an independent, so we're supporting small businesses. The reason that I'm putting mine in a tray is because, like most families, our dining room table is used for multiple purposes. So we don't just eat at it. The children may want to do arts and crafts, jigsaw puzzles, especially when they finish for Christmas. So I like the fact that what I do, I can just lift up, move it out of the way if we want to do something else, and then bring it back in again. So I can do this a few days before Christmas or even a week before if I feel like it. So yeah, really, really versatile. The other things that I have got, which I'm going to use, I've got lots of little glass bottles. You can pick these up in multiple places. I also have some beautiful bottled brushes. I love these. These are gold and they've got like a snow effect on them. Those I actually got from my wholesalers, but again, you can pick them up from local independents or online. Just Google it and hopefully you will find something. So let's get started. I have just a few flowers to go into the vases. You don't need a huge amount. We have some Paperwhites, which smell absolutely gorgeous. Also have some Salix Willow, just to add a little bit of different texture to everything. White ranunculus and some white lisianthus. With the Paperwhites, I'm just going to pop the stem off and then place them into the vases. You're going to want to add different heights to the vases. Generally, the bigger the vase, the taller the flowers will be. This is to add interest, so everything isn't at just one level for you. Then I'm going to pop some of the white lisianthus in. Again, you can cut these right down, so one stem will go a long, long way. So in terms of how much you need to spend on this, it's not a huge amount. I had one bunch of the Paperwhites, which had 10 stems in, and I'm probably going to use 2 stems of the white lisianthus. Just going to build up the design like so, and then finally I'm going to put my white ranunculus in. These are quite budded, but when they open, they do open up really nice and big. So that's all the flowers into the vases. So really, really quick and simple. Nothing too complicated. Anybody can do this. And then to finish off the designs, I am going to add just a few bits of the Salix. I'm now going to start working on the base of the tray. So it's a really pretty tray, and you don't need to do this. It's a very beautiful kind of whitewashed effect. I am going to pop just a few bits of moss onto the tray. This is platinus moss. It's more of a carpet moss, but you can use any moss that you can get hold of. Okay, so I've added the moss to the tray. Gives it kind of a very winter woodlandy feel to the design. I also have some offcuts of pine nuss and blue spruce. And again, I'm just going to add these, just to add a little bit of texture. So it looks a little bit like a woodland wonderland, which is my theme this year. Foliage, I've just placed it in. It's all hardy foliage. It doesn't need to be in water, but it just gives that little bit of nice texture to the design. Next thing is the bottle brushes. I'm literally just placing them in. And finally, what you can do is just add some pine cones in as well, if you choose to. This is all personal preference, so you do what you like. That's the main thing when decorating your house for Christmas. Just because you've seen it on Instagram or social media doesn't mean to say that you have to love it and you have to do the same. I'm just trying to show you a few different ways on how you can style your home, and then you adapt them to make it for yourself. So there we go, there's the finished design, everything's on it. It's really quick, really simple to do. Like I say, if you've got a round table or you're doing sharing platters or people help themselves, you don't need to use the tray. You can just use the little bottles and place it so you've got room to put your food down. I like this design because it does mean I can just lift it and move it out of the way if I need to use the table for something else. Next week it will be present wrapping for me, which is done on the dining table, although I've heard an iron board is a good alternative to that. I'm going to go and take this down the house, pop it on my table. I'll give you a little view so you can see how it actually looks in situ. I really hope you've enjoyed this short tutorial. If you like the video, I would love thumbs up. Any comments at all would be amazing, and subscribe to the channel. We've got one more week. We've got week 6 next week, which is our last week for the countdown to Christmas. We're going to take a short break over the festive season, and then we'll be back in the new year with new tutorials. I hope to see you then, and thank you so much for watching.